Hey, been a while. So, I was thinking of things to make a video on, and I had a few ideas, and I tried a few of them. I want to make a tutorial for LMMS. I want to make a tutorial for making music in general, which I'm not very good at, but I can at least convey the basics, I feel like. But anyway, I haven't really gotten around to any of that, and when I did get around to it, I was struggling with it a bit. So, yeah, uh, that's current state of videos, I guess. But for this video, I just decided I want to showcase a lot of my works in progresses, if that's how you word that. Um, so to put things simply, uh, I have a lot of them. I have quite a few works in progress, and yeah, I figured I'd show some of them. Of course, since these are like quick little, some of these are like things that I've actually put effort into, and some of these are like things that I haven't, or things that I made really quickly and therefore don't have a lot of a lot of stuff to them. And if you understand what I'm saying, like there's not enough going on to be interesting. Like there's not enough background noise. There's not enough mm, noise in general, stuff like that. And then some of these uh, are just bad in general, and some others are well, okay. Most of my works in progress, or not most, maybe like half of them, um, are covers I'm doing of other songs. Um, so yeah, most most of these are like I quickly looked up like what's the BPM, what's the key it's in, what melody, how do you play the melody. Uh, so I so that's the case for most of these. This first project is a cover I'm making, and as you can see when I zoom out, there's not a lot to it yet, but hopefully soon there will be. But yeah, these are works in progress. Some of them, maybe most of them, there is no guarantee I will ever finish. There's no guarantee I will ever touch these aside from showing the file off like I am now. But yeah, I figured I'd do this just to put something on YouTube because why not, and also because I want to collect all these into one collective video, I guess. Um, so yeah, that's a current state of things, and I am going to shut up now, and I'm going to let these play. Now, for the covers I'm making, I am going to play like the the raw audio first, or not the raw audio, but like I'm gonna play the cover first, and then I'll tell you what it's from. I guess just as a little game if you want to try and guess if you know it. Uh, but yeah, I will shut up now and start doing the thingies. Well, hopefully is obvious. That's Aria Math from Minecraft. I want to make a 200-step remix of Aria Math. Back when I was first trying to figure out how to make music, this was like this was like one of the first things I tried to do, but I didn't know enough about music. I didn't know about matching BPM or matching the key or anything. I was just like, how play Aria Math on piano. But yeah, that's current progress on that. This is one I really do want to continue and finish a full length song of, but it is currently not the main priority though. So on to the next one. It will take a hot minute to load though, so I am going to end the recording and start it back up once I've loaded the next one. Alright, so this is the next one. This is one of my older projects. I think I made this before I released Cage. That's how old this is. Yeah, as you can see here, it was a Christmas gift I made for a new friend I had made, like, again, just before I released Cage, so this would be 2024. So this is actually one of the few projects I have that's older than my first release song. And while this is trash, I did not delete the file because it's okay. I don't quite know what I did right, since I'm pretty sure I made this before before I tried to make my first iteration of Aria Math. But yeah, so this is also a cover. Also, yeah, Merry Christmas, I blurred out their name, smiley face. I don't think they ever saw this, because I don't think I recorded the video. I think I just extracted the audio. So they never saw this, but, Merry Christmas, name, smiley face. This is a Trans-Siberian Orchestra song, but I cannot for the life of me remember which one. But just that's the information you need to know. Trans-Siberian Orchestra song. And again, since this was early in my musicking learning progress, it's gonna be terrible. So just, I guess, try and enjoy the ride. So yeah, kind of, it it sucks, but it still has like enough resemblance of a song that I was like, I won't delete it yet. Um, uh, uh, music making tip: don't do this. Don't copy paste the same melody for every instrument in your song. Also, a fun fact, I guess. So this instrument I made that sounds like a guitar, kind of. Heck. So that was one of the first patches I ever made in Vital. Um, does Vital show up here? It does not. Uh, Whatever. This is one of the first like patches I made in Vital, and I thought it sucked, but honestly, it's okay. I've made worse. I've made worse sounds before. Um, but yeah, I did delete it, but when I pulled this file back up recently and listened to it for the first time in many, many months, um, I was I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have deleted that. And so I used this save file as a guide to just sort of like copy it, but enhance it with my modern sound design knowledge. And I accidentally made a 200 step bass out of it. But yeah. Also, you can see the intense music noob in this project in so many different places. Like this is the bass line for the drop. Nowadays, if I were to make a bass line for the drop, I would do like let's see. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick. Like that's already way better. I do this and then that. Is that the snare? No, that's the crash snare. Also, you can tell by the only four things being in the bass line. Also, this isn't the kick, hat, crash, or snare that I think I use at all. I don't think I use these in any of my newer songs, any of my newer projects. But yeah, you can tell just at simply by the lack of complexity and like the drop and stuff. But yeah, like that's one thing I would already do to fix it. And another thing I'd probably do, let's say halfway through the bass line, and clone of drop. Yes, that's what we shall call it. You gotta love constant hit hats, because it's that 80 BPM. Let's see. How do you do drum and bass again? Drum step, whatever. And that. It do something like that. Well, no, it's... Oh, I see. So it'd be that, wouldn't it? It's just too slow to tell. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's it. Yep. And I do something like that. But yeah, you can clearly see I've learned a lot since making this. But yeah, it's an old file, but I kept it just because, you know, I could do something with it. I do still thoroughly like this song. Yeah. And man, obviously this doesn't show up. Oh, it does? Why does this show up? Wait. Why does this show up but not vital? Huh? Well, I'm so confused. Whatever. Huh? Sub is in as well. Guitar is vital. Get back here. So vital doesn't show up in, interesting. Anyway, I wanted to pull this up to see what I used. Soft piano and piano chime, yeah, okay. Two of my probably most used instruments from Xenets of Effects or Xen Fusion. But yeah, that's this project. We'll move on to the next one. Now I gotta load that up. Okay, this is Breakaway. I completely forgot that I made this. And you know what? I wish I did. I wish I would have still forgotten I had this. Reason being, it's bad. It's terrible. But the only redeeming quality as to why I didn't delete it is the drop is just barely semi-decent. Just barely. No. But yeah. As you can see here, aside from that one experiment, this was like my first attempt at 200 step. After the 200 step experiment I posted back in whenever I posted that. And it's just bad. Music theory cries when it sees whatever the frick this is. So yeah, this won't sound good, but the drop and the build-up are okay. That's the only reason why this file isn't deleted. I might like try and reuse the drop and the build-up. But yeah, I'm going to shut up now and play this nonsense. May the Lord keep your ears from driving you insane, because this is bad. Can you see why I hate it now? The this is terrible. This is terrible. Lord have mercy, that is horrible. But, like, this is okay. Frick. No, don't go over there. Go back here. This was okay. I mean, it could be better, but it's okay-ish. And then, like, this was kind of good. Hang on, you can hear a bit of sub leaking through. Hang on. I know how to fix this. Like, that's just barely okay. But yeah, everything from, like, here to... Yeah, everything from here to here is the only reason this project isn't deleted. But it probably will be soon as I can recycle these ideas or something, because Lord have mercy, this sucks. If I ever in the future release a song called Breakaway, and you get PTSD flashbacks to this video and this specific project showcase, if I ever name another song Breakaway, trust me, it's going to be a completely different project file that sounds nothing like this one, because this is... I cry myself to sleep at night thinking about how terrible this is. Not actually, I'm joking, but pretty much, this is bad. I deleted quite a few bad things recently that had no redeeming qualities. This was so close to being deleted, but the build-up and the first 4 bars of the drop were semi-decent. Which is the only reason why it's not in purgatory right now. But yeah. On to the next one. Yeah. Okay, here's the next one. This isn't one of those things I was talking about before, just like Aria Math, where this is a cover, and, you know, this cover was thrown together in like 30 minutes to an hour. I just looked up what's the BPM, what's the MIDI, or not what's the MIDI, but what's the key, how to play on piano, and I translate that to MIDI. Blah, blah, blah. You know. So the song is called Changes. Oh, also, since I made this very recently, because I did, this is actually, I think, the most recent thing I've made. Most recent thing I quickly threw together. This font, I made it. It still needs to be tweaked, but I'm not gonna tweak it yet. I'm gonna open Microsoft Word one day, type out all the letters. The numbers are also not included in this font, so I would like to change that. Changes. I would like to change that. And I also want to fix some of the letters. But yeah, I made a font, so I will eventually maybe release that when I make it, you know, okay, usable. But yeah, see if you can figure out what song called Changes this is in reference to. I am really sorry. I accidentally pressed loop point enable, so it just jumped back to the beginning. Ignore you heard anything and pretend this is starting over. Yeah. This is Changes by XXXTENTACION. I I don't know anything about the guy, but I'm not even kidding. I don't know anything about him or his music. But I heard the what was it? Grilled cheese Obama sandwich. Maybe I don't understand this grilled cheese Obama sandwich. And I wanted to know what the original was, so I looked it up, and I was like, wow, this is a really nice song. I want to make a cover of it. But yeah, so that's Changes. So far, I kid you not, it's barely anything. Pretty much no sustenance, but if I ever come back to this, trust me, I will add plenty of sustenance. But yeah, on to the next project. Hopefully it's more interesting. I don't know what's next on the list. Finally, a song. Okay, so this is my current project with like the most amount of effort. Aside from the next project, which I'm actually not going to show you, I'm going to skip it because it's technically finished. Um, I have to I have to finish making the album art, but and of course that can take a while because I'm having to make a pretty elaborate 3D model for it. So it's probably not coming anytime soon. But I have another song finished, so that will be out sometime. So I'm not going to show that one. But I after that, this is probably the most complex project file I have. And because of that, since my computer is a potato, it very it very well may just you know, absolutely die while recording this. So yeah, if the audio starts cutting out or glitching or something, that just ignore it, I guess. But yeah, 148 to 200 BPM, bro step, high speed dubstep, 200 step, C sharp major to F minor to C sharp major to F minor. And inspirations for it. Okay, especially this Katori's Dandere. That song it kind of helped my brain sort of realign, and I've kind of figured out dubstep bass and pattern design after years of not being able to figure it out. So huge thanks to this song, and I guess this artist as well, Katori. This song, and Jacko and Camellia for doing 200 step. But yeah, so again, this is probably going to glitch or cut out. But yeah, this is currently my best working project, and probably the best thing you'll see in the entire video. Oh yeah, also sorry about that. I'm pretty sure it peaks to like 20 decibels at the start because automation tracks and stuff. So I always forget I have to press play to reset the automation tracks first and immediately stop it so that they don't go up the ramp and go back to those old positions. But yeah, for some reason at the very first frame, it's like 20 decibels. So, sorry. It shouldn't have captured 20 decibels in the recording software, but if it did, I'll try and edit that out. Since we have now reset the filters and automation, here we go for real this time. But yeah, that's current progress. Also, I'm still learning about mixing and mastering and stuff, so this is at like freaking -14 LUFS or something. I need to make it louder. Uh, Also, the build-up is not complete. I want to have like a filtered version of the drop, or at least one of the basses in the drop. As with a lot of dubstep, the build-up has like a filtered instance of the drop in the build-up. But that means I have to make the drop first, and because this file is already, as you can see, crushing my CPU, I I do that in another file, and then I will import the necessary stuff over here. But yeah, this is probably what I'm most proud of at the moment. I do thoroughly love this. I think that instrument came out very well. Alright, this doesn't show for you. It'll also crash my CPU, so I'm not going to bring that up. But yeah, this is probably one of the best things you'll see in this entire video, so enjoy it while it lasts. Contortion. It'll be out approximately 3 million years when I get to it, I guess. But yeah, this is the most likely thing to be finished in all seriousness. So yeah. On to the next thing. Again, skipping the other thing because you don't get to see it yet. Okay, so fair warning about this one. This is a a bass drop test. I don't know why it's 200. It's okay. This is gonna set it to 140, 148. But this is sort of a testing file for Contortion, which is what I just showed you. So this is very incomplete. It's lacking a ton of effects. It's lacking a ton of processing. It's pretty hastily thrown together. I probably need to rework some of the sound design, to be honest. But still, regardless, anyway, this is this is the direction I'm thinking of going for Contortion's first bass drop, or at least part of Contortion's first bass drop. So yeah, here's this. I will shut up now. My microphone was muted. I forgot to unmute it. So yeah, this is, as you can see, it's pretty bare bones. This is the only time where effects are used. So yeah, this part's here, goes to here. First 4 bars repeat with no bass line and a riser as the tempo climbs, and then it repeats again as high-speed dubstep, whereas this was bro step. But yeah, so that's drop test 1. I want to drop test 2. No line. Alright, drop test 2. So, this one is even shorter and has even less processing. But, this is like the 200 step portion, or at least my experimental 200 step portion. Also, a thing I forgot to mention. Uh, I downloaded the Mario Paint meow sound effect and am now probably going to use it in a good chunk of my bass lines.
Meow, meow, meow.
'Cause, yes. Anime stepmo frigger. But yeah. Here's drop test 2, which is for the 200 step chunks, I guess. Yeah. Very simple. Might be the shortest thing I have saved at the moment. But yeah, it's something to work with. And I think it sounds okay / coolish. So we'll just see, I guess. But yeah. On to the next thing. Okay. I really hope you recognize this one. This is another cover one, and again, I don't have a lot in this. I just have, the bass melody and maybe a little bit of automation. But yeah, I sincerely hope you recognize this. Here goes this. It's Freaks! I've mentioned this song on my channel before! Baby, don't cry, I am just a fish, yeah. There's not really any sustenance to it, but yeah, that's this. On to the next thing. Again, I don't have much to say on this one because there's not much to it yet. But yeah. Okay, full disclosure. Well, full disclosure. A, you can see the thing there. And B, yeah, it's there's not much to it. I mean, it looks like there's more because, there's 56 bars, but there's really still not much sustenance to this either. But yeah, a quick thing, I guess. We're on like the last 3, including this one, and I'm pretty sure 2 of those 3, including this one, are covers. So, yeah, there's one more original thing from original work in progress in the midst of the last 3-ish, or whatever. But yeah, here is Runaway. So yeah, not much sustenance to this. It's just the dun 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 with bass line synchronized to it, the instrument to pad. So yeah, this one's pretty simple, but I I really I really like this. I made this in Zen, right? So this should show up. Yeah, it does. Okay. So I kid you not, I just took my piano thingy. In fact, I'm actually going to try and make a tutorial or something on how to make piano thing. Because I don't know if I've mentioned yet, but the piano-ish sound that I have used in a lot of my projects is not a real piano. But it is something I made that sounds quite like a piano. Just filtered. And it's made of saw waves, of all things. So, yeah, I just modified that to make it that. But yeah. On to the next one. I do really like this one. I do wanna work on this one more. I just don't know where else to take it. I might legitimately do away with this. I might not make it 200 step. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, next thing. All right. Here is the other original song. Original work in progress. Yeah. That. Meh. So this one, I'm mildly proud of this melody, and I am quite proud of this melody that's way over here. But as you can see, there's this huge gap, and random little stuff here. We're not going to worry about that stuff, because it's terrible. We're going to skip from here to there. But yeah, aside from that, okay, I know is that, okay, I guess I'll clarify a bit. This one isn't horribly old. I mean, it's pretty old, compared to most of the projects I have, I think. But it's still newer than a few of them. But yeah, the quote-unquote drop I have here. In fact, I'm gonna delete it so that the CPU loses its mind a little less while recording. Remove unused. There we go. So yeah, I like this one. I am probably also going to finish this one. I said Contortion was the one with the highest chance of getting getting finished. Sanctuary is probably next highest. But yeah, it still needs a lot of tweaks, because again, this is old, and I did use a bunch of improper techniques and stuff. But here we go. I shall stop speaking now. I hope you can see why I like the second melody so much. This is... I love this. Yeah. So, I think this was supposed to be the first time I ever... Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first time I ever used this patch that I made. I called it Love. I don't remember what it is. It's a saw. 8 voices. Phase modulation. Saw 2 octaves up, 8 voices and phase modulation. But yeah, and filtering, of course. But yeah, I really like this instrument, and this is the first melody I ever made with it. So, yeah. It skipped the first note. What was that? Yeah, Sanctuary is definitely second most likely to get a full version. However, to be honest, I might just copy the MIDI that I like. So, this and this, and just transport it to a new file, and then delete this one, just because, you know, it could be better. I do like the Bit Crush. Also, no, not that one. Also, if you feel like you recognize this, if you've been on my channel for a while, or if you've seen things, or seen, that sounds wrong. Then you probably know my first song, Cage. It has a similar-ish melody to this. It's da-da, 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 da-da. So this is a little similar. In fact, I even made this before I finished Cage, this melody, and I saved it to a file called Piano, maybe add to Cage. And I never added it to Cage, but it's different enough. I think Sanctuary can be unique with it. So yeah, I like it. Also, I don't know how I don't know how did I make this? I see. This is also before I learned about sidechains. So the kick is completely inaudible for the most part when everything else is playing, which is why it sounds like an army drum roll or something. But yeah, and now on to the last one, if I'm not mistaken. I think we have just one more. Okay, I am going to be very careful with this one. This will only be released on, or most likely only be released on SoundCloud if I ever finish it. And if I do ever finish it, I will make it quite clear that this is an unofficial cover. As you can see by the name of this instrument, it's Tetris. It's Tetris. I'm probably not gonna get, like, sued into oblivion for making 200-step Tetris, but, yeah. I am probably gonna be a bit careful. But, yeah. So, Tetris. Also, I think something about the melody seems off. So I'm probably gonna need to look into it a bit more before I actually, like, finish it, I guess. Yeah, again, it's just like I just jotted down the MIDI pretty much. That's basically all there is to it. But yeah, so also, what was that snare roll? I have no memory of making this. I like that. I like that snare roll. I might use that again somewhere. But yeah. So that is actually, that's the end. That's currently all my works in progress. But yeah, I hope that this was enjoyable, and I hope I've given you some stuff to look forward to, specifically Contortion and Sanctuary. Anything else, don't hold your breath. And again, remember, as long as I can find the willpower to finish making the album art, since the album art is something highly specific that I want to get right, then the other song will be out soon-ish. But yeah. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but if I just never come around to making the album art, at some point I'll just post it with, like, album art that isn't what I initially wanted to make. You know what, screw it. I'm gonna unsecret the secret. It's Disassembly Required by Liam Vickers. It's a cover of Disassembly Required. Liam Vickers, if you don't know, he's the guy who made that YouTube show Murder Drones, and Disassembly Required was like, I don't even know. It's, I guess, the first song? I don't think it's officially in the soundtrack, but it's like the first official Murder Drones song, and a lot of the melodies are based off of it. A lot of the melodies in the actual show. But yeah, that's the next project, assuming I can even finish the album art. But yeah. That has been the video. I had fun making this. I probably need to clear out my works in progress list by actually completing some of them, or not just jotting down random ideas and never touching them again. Anyway, yeah, that's it. See ya.